So hello everyone, I'm Crypto Noobs. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at why we think there is big money to come in cryptocurrency. We're also going to be taking a look at why indicators show that the 2017 bull run could be just around the corner. If you guys like anything I bring to you, don't forget to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, or share the video for more, as it really helps my channel grow. I've never set a like goal before, but can we hit over 150 likes for this video, as it would really mean a lot to me. With that, let's jump straight into the video. So we'll start off by taking a look at the market as a whole. Overall, over the past few days, the market has had a very nice pump, which is a very positive thing to see. Bitcoin has gone up to $11,730, Ethereum $381, XRP at 24 cents, Chainlink up to $11.05, Polkadot at $4.05, and Cardano up to 11 cents. So overall, this market is starting to wake up again. We have had a couple bad months, but now it does look like the market is slowly starting to wake up. Now let me show you this very quickly. Now I just want to bring your attention to this video that I released back on September 5th, and it ended up being my best ever video at 21,500 views, which is absolutely incredible. Now in cryptocurrency, I am never going to claim that I am an expert in this space, but when I noticed this, I ended up sharing it with you guys because I found it incredibly interesting. And as you can see here, when we made this on September 5th, the market was heading in a downwards direction. Now if I show you an update of the market, as you can see here, the dates were very similar. So as we can see here, the market ended up peaking on the 30th of the 8th 2017, and then it ended up going down, a bear trap. But then as you can see, the market did this. If I bring you an update of what happened, the market on the 17th of the 8th 2020, very similar dates, ended up peaking, and as you can see here, the market ended up dipping. And now we are heading in a recovery phase, which again is very good in my opinion. As you can see here, it is very similar to 2017. Now I am not personally getting too ahead of myself just yet, but with everything that is coming up and around the corner, this is bullish for cryptocurrency. Now I'm personally not getting ahead of myself just yet, but it is incredibly exciting times to look forward to. If the market does repeat what 2017 did, then it is going to be absolutely incredible. As you can see here, the market went from 166 to 125, and as you can see here, the market went from 375 to 333. So very similar numbers that have been lost in the market, and it is now recovering. So again, this is very bullish for cryptocurrency. I want to know down below, do you think the 2017 has any correlation to what is happening now, or not at all? Personally, I think it has some form of correlation, purely because in 2016 we had the Bitcoin halving, and then in 2017 this is what happened. This year we have had the Bitcoin halving. Will history repeat itself for the third time? I personally think it will, and that is when everything changes. We're now going to take a look at a few articles to do with cryptocurrency. This is the first one by Forbes. A former Goldman Sachs hedge fund chief has predicted Bitcoin will surge to $1 million. Here's why. Bitcoin has found fresh support this year, bolstered by growing disquiet among investors over central banks and government stimulus measures. The Bitcoin price, up around 50% since January to 11,400 per Bitcoin, has rallied in line with the equity markets since a pandemic-induced crash in March. Now, after the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency community was set alight by a bold 1 trillion prediction from major Tesla investor last month, a former Goldman Sachs hedge fund manager has said Bitcoin price could hit $1 million in as little as 5 years, a whopping 10,000% increase. And he said down here, just from what I know of all of the institutions and all of the people I speak to, there is an enormous wall of money coming into this, Powell said, pointing to coming improvements in the pipes that will allow investors to buy Bitcoin as the driver behind the expected investment. It's on everybody's radar screen, and there's a lot of smart people working on it, added Powell, who revealed he has now dedicated more than 50% of his portfolio to Bitcoin. Bitcoin has pushed the limelight in recent weeks by a number of high-profile companies investing in cryptocurrency, with payment company Square, led by Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, buying 50 million worth of Bitcoin, 1% of its cash reserves. My trading positions are relatively small because I don't think there's much opportunity as there is in Bitcoin. So really, mainly a bit of cash, some gold and some Bitcoin, Powell said. And I'm even toying with the idea of selling my gold to buy Bitcoin and more Bitcoin. So overall, that is an incredibly bold statement to make about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I personally think if Bitcoin can go over that $20,000 level by 2021, we are going to see some absolutely incredible prices across the crypto space, purely because history would have repeated itself for the third time. That means that the altcoins like Cardano, Chainlink, Theta, etc., I personally believe they are going to do incredibly well during the next bull run. But because most of the cryptocurrencies are correlated to what Bitcoin does, I think if Bitcoin is the one to lead the race, the rest will follow. Now, this is the next article I want to talk about very briefly. It was mentioned in the last article, and it says Square puts 1% of total assets into Bitcoin in a surprise $50 million investment. Square, the payments company helmed by Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, announced Thursday it has purchased 4,709 Bitcoins, a $50 million investment representing 1% of the firm's total assets. And it says down here, Square believes that cryptocurrency is an instrument of economic empowerment and provides a way of the world to participate in a global monetary system, which aligns with the company's purpose, the company said in a statement. We believe that Bitcoin has the potential to be a game-changer currency in the future, said the Square CFO. For a company that is building products based on a more inclusive future, this investment is a step on that journey. Bitcoin's price jumped 2.5% following the announcement, while shares in Square popped around 1%. And it says down here, Square is now the second technology firm to go long on Bitcoin in recent months after MicroStrategy, a business intelligence firm, crowned the crypto as its treasury reserve asset of its choice. MicroStrategy invested $425 million into Bitcoin, according to a series of disclosures that pumped the stock's value and revealed its CEO Michael Saylor to be an unexpectedly vocal Bitcoin maximalist. But Square's Bitcoin investment is far more in line with its corporate identity and business services than was the case for MicroStrategy. Square's Cash App is a critical Bitcoin entry point for many retail investors. It has become a major revenue driver for publicly traded fintech. So overall, this is incredibly bullish for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I personally think over the next few months we are going to see some of the biggest companies and some of the biggest institutional investors come into cryptocurrency or put a small percentage of their portfolio into cryptocurrency, and that will be huge. This is the next article I want to show you, and it says Bitcoin versus gold. Where are institutions putting their safe haven money? As the Bitcoin boom continues, can it replace gold as a safe haven asset for institutional investors? Now in this article, I just want to read this last little part to you here, and it says bigger, stronger, faster. The answer to our query may lie in some serious recent regulatory developments from the world's largest economies. Nigeria boasts Africa's largest GDP of more than 400 billion. Only 8 of the continent's 54 nations have people rich enough to make the Forbes Global Billionaire list. Nigeria is one of them. In September, its regulators opened the floodgates to clearly define crypto assets as securities. As we know, regulatory clarity leads to faster innovation and more investment. Switzerland, a known store of value for the world's richest in its aged private banking network, this month overhauled its legal code to set new standard for crypto trading. A leaked report revealed that the EU plans to put a Europe-wide cryptocurrency regulatory framework in place by 2024. In the US, 49 state banks agreed on common rules for dealing with cryptocurrency, and lawmakers put forward the first real comprehensive national crypto regime in the Digital Commodity Exchange Act of 2020. More is coming. Bitcoin is moving faster than gold. I know where I would hedge right now, and it is not in the yellow metal. Now this is the last article I want to show you, and it says 48-hour stimulus deadline. US lawmakers race to approve second stimulus checks before election. The intense stimulus relief aid discussion, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has set a deadline for the White House to come to an agreement on the next stimulus package, which provides a second round of stimulus checks for Americans. Meanwhile, the Senate is set to vote on a smaller stimulus bill without direct payments this week. Deadline for stimulus negotiations. Stimulus packages to help Americans cope with the pandemic-driven economic crisis has been heavily discussed this week as US lawmakers hope to approve new relief aid before the November presidential election. 6 proposed stimulus packages provide a second round of stimulus checks to Americans. The latest proposal from the Democrats is a $2.2 trillion revised HEROES Act, but the White House has made a counteroffer of $1.8 trillion stimulus package. Both contain a second round of stimulus checks for Americans, despite constant negotiations over the past week. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, she then set a 48-hour deadline to reconcile differences. After another round of stimulus discussions with Mnuchin on Saturday evening, she told ABC News on Sunday that the deadline applies to lawmakers' ability to get a deal done before November 3rd election. She said, "The 48 only relates to if we want to get it done before the election, which we do," adding, "We're saying to them we have to freeze the design of some of these things. I'm optimistic because again, we've been back and forth on all of this." So overall, some incredibly interesting stuff. I personally find it interesting purely because 22 or 25% of all money ever created was created this year, and that is purely because of what has happened in the world. Will it end up going up higher? I'm pretty sure it will. It could end up going to even 30%, which is absolutely incredible. I said at the start of the year we are going to see the most amount of money printed ever in such a short period of time, and so far that is happening to the exact, which is absolutely incredible. Is this an approach to devalue the currency of the dollar, the pound, etc, etc? I personally think so. I want to know your thoughts down below. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is absolutely everything I've got for you in today's video. If you've enjoyed anything I've brought to you, don't forget to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, or share the video for more, as it does really help my channel grow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I've been Crypto Nobes. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Peace.